Hey Disney fans, I got my Mickey shirt on. I got my cute little Mickey Mouse earrings from my friend Tess, who knows I'm obsessed with all things Disney. Today is a good day to do a Disney video. So I want to focus specifically on how to absolutely rock your Disney vacation with little kids, from a little kid perspective, okay? Now realize that all of my tips and tricks are coming just from my own personal experience. You could talk to any other Disney freak and they might tell you differently, but this is all just from me and what has worked for my family. Okay, so there's a ton I want to go through. Here we go, on your mark, get set, go. If it's possible to take more adults than kids, that makes life so much easier. Take grandma, grandpa, take aunt, uncle, take your, friends or neighbors or whoever. Last trip that we did, we ended up taking my husband's parents and my husband's grown-up niece, who's like 22, who loves my kids. So there were actually 5 adults and only my 3 boys. And it was fan-freaking-tastic. It was so fun and so just awesome for all of us, like the kids, the grown-ups, everybody. So if it's possible to take more grown-ups, or at least equal amount of grown-ups to kids, that makes life a little bit easier on everybody. So number 2, stay close. We love to stay at the hotels right across the street from the main gate. That way we don't have to worry about parking. We don't have to worry about catching shuttles. We just walk across the street, back and forth. And I know that those hotels are a little bit more expensive than staying far away. But the convenience of being able to take breaks during the day whenever we want, walk back and forth, is totally worth it. Like, I will never stay anywhere else except for right across the street. They're awesome. If you want specific hotel recommendations, let me know and I will chat your ear off forever. So rope drop. Rope drop, rope drop, rope drop, rope drop, rope drop. Say it a million times fast. It's pretty hard to do. Rope drop means get there early, before the parks open. Not 10 minutes before the park opens, not 20 minutes before the park opens. Like, I'm talking like an hour before park opens, okay? You want to have enough time to get through security, be in that line, be at the front of the rope, so that when they literally drop it, you can just run wherever you want. And those first 2 or 3 hours of the day, you are going to feel so accomplished. Your kids are going to be so excited because there's not going to be huge long lines like there will be later on in the day when the park fills up. So super important to wake up early, grab some granola bars and some frozen Go-Gurts and whatever portable breakfast you have, or eat at your hotel if they offer that early. And then get there early, because it will make a huge difference in just the energy that you have going throughout the rest of the day. And then be ready to take breaks later on in the day when it gets hot, when the park gets crowded, when lines get super long. Okay, if you're staying right across the street, you just walk right across the street, take a nap. Maybe send grandma and grandpa with the littlest kids to go take a nap, and some of the grown-ups or older kids stay in the park for a little bit longer. That freedom is awesome. So, okay, a couple of random little things. I know that they make little temporary tattoos with your phone number on them that you can put right on your child's wrist, so that if they get lost, it's right there on their wrist and they can call you and contact you. Because Disneyland is a big, huge, crowded place, and little kids, especially like flight risks, like my boys, they can get away in like a split second and they're gone. And it is like a mother's worst nightmare having a lost child like that in a big public place. So having their phone number right on their wrist is a great idea. Just go to Etsy or Google or whatever. You can find people who make those temporary tattoos with phone numbers. I'm sort of cheap. And I just use a Sharpie. I don't care. And I write my phone number on my kids' wrists. I have 3 boys right now. Right now? That makes it sound like I have more kids coming. I don't. That was weird. Sorry. Ignore that part. I just take a Sharpie and write on my boys' wrists my phone number. My boys are 2, 5, and 9. And I just show them that, if they get lost or separated, that's, they find an adult and that's what happens. And then we get contacted and they're good. Strollers. We always take our own stroller because we have enough room in our van. And I love the gigantic basket on the bottom of my stroller. It can hold our small cooler. It can hold our baby bag. It can hold the backpack. It can hold so much under there, and I love it. So we just always take our own. Disneyland does rent strollers. It's a little bit pricey, and they're not the best strollers. There is a stroller company And all they do is rent out strollers. And they will bring their stroller, they will deliver it to your hotel room when you get there, and then they will pick it up before you leave for the end of your vacation. And I don't know how expensive they are. I've never done it before, but I have friends who say that it's like the best thing ever, and the strollers are really nice. And the convenience of just having them bring it to you and then pick it up again is super awesome. So you should look into that if you are not interested in taking your own stroller. As far as the cooler and stuff, we take a cooler and a backpack. Cooler is for things like frozen Go-Garts, frozen Uncrustable sandwiches, cheese sticks, fresh fruit, things like that go in the cooler. And then the backpack is trail mix, goldfish, things that are not going to melt on a hot day, and also not going to be super, super sticky or messy. But yeah, you want to take snacks and treats into the park with you, because little kids, that's the best way to keep them happy throughout the day, is to make sure that they are lots and lots of treats and snacks. And you don't want to be spending $1 billion in the park to buy treats and snacks like every hour. The park has amazing treats and snacks. I'm not saying that, but when you've got 2 or 3 or 4 kids, it can get expensive buying so much in the park. So take your own snacks. We even take meals into the park for lunches, and we just eat in the park like 1 meal and 1 snack. We just plan that. Okay. Oh yeah, so when you park your stroller, there's going to be a sea of strollers everywhere. And sometimes Disney cast members will move the strollers from one place to another while you're on a ride. You come out of your ride and you're like, where the crap is our stroller? I always like to tie a scarf, like a really brightly colored scarf, onto the handle of my stroller so that it's easy to spot in a crowd. You could do it with a balloon. You could do it with like a flower sticking out of the handle or something. You want to do something to your stroller so that it's easy to spot in a big crowd of strollers, so you don't have to like hunt. Oh yeah, and then you want to take a small purse or a small bag, like a fanny pack or something, with like your wallet, your keys, your tickets, all of the important things that you want to keep with you when you go on the ride. So you don't have to take like your full baby bag out from underneath the stroller every single time that you go on a ride. Most of the things I leave in the stroller as we go on rides. I just take the very, very essential, important things with me in like a small little bag. Okay. Baby stations. If you have babies, kids in diapers, nursing kids, bottle kids, kids who need, baby food, they have baby stations in both Disneyland on Main Street and in California Adventure, right through the main gates, where you can go, and they have recliners, and they have high chairs, and they have microwaves, and they have, all really nice clean changing tables, and air conditioned, and it's amazing. So for mommies who need a break from the heat, from the crowds, it's a nice little escape. Definitely take advantage of those baby centers in both parks. Okay, so, if you have not downloaded the Disneyland app, it is the greatest thing on earth. Download the Disneyland app. You can look up wait times on rides. You can look up your favorite characters, where they are in the park and when, so that you can make sure that you see them. You can look up the entertainment, like what time the different shows and the parades and everything are. It is so nice. So go download the Disneyland app and get familiar with it before your trip, so that when you're on your trip, you just are a pro and you know how to look everything up. So as far as characters, if you have a little bit extra money in your budget and you've never done it before, character dining is so fun. Yeah, it's super expensive. But it is, I love to do like Goofy's Kitchen on a non-park day. Like we travel, we get there on a Sunday afternoon or whatever. We go do Goofy's Kitchen in the Disneyland Hotel that night, Sunday night, and then we start our park days Monday. Because I don't want to spend park time, a lot of park time eating. Now, that being said, a lot of people love Minnie's breakfast in freaking a plaza. What is it? What is that little restaurant called? Anyway, it's in Disneyland. Sorry, I lost my brain. I lost my brain. And that one you do have to have a park ticket for, but that one people have said is super, super fun too. And if I were to do that, I would definitely make a reservation, because you have to have reservations pretty far in advance for character dining. I would make reservations for the latest one that they have in the day. Like, I don't know what the latest would be, like 10:45, 11 o'clock, something, so that can count kind of as breakfast and lunch together. And that is typically more when the crowds are starting to come into the park. So you'll still have those early morning hours to go and do rides and do things, and then go to character dining. That's what I would do. But character dining is awesome if you have the money in your budget. Do it once. It's so fun. Well, if you can afford it, do it all the time. But it's definitely worth it once you get to see so many fun characters, and seeing your kids interact with the characters is awesome. If you're not going to do character dining, here's what I would suggest in the parks. Number one, use the Disneyland app so that you can see where the characters are. We love to see characters in Toontown. If you go to Toontown right before it opens an hour after park opening. All of the main characters like Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Goofy, they will come down to open the gates of Toontown, and your kids can kind of interact with them right then and there. And that's super fun to do. Or you can go to Mickey's house, Minnie's house, Donald and Pluto, and all of them are always around Toontown. So that's easy to find. There is like the Royal Hall with Fantasy Fair. If your kids are into princesses, that's where you're going to catch a lot of the princesses. It's right before you hit Cinderella's castle, Sleeping Beauty's castle. Am I in Disneyland or Disney World? Sleeping Beauty's castle. Because Disneyland is Sleeping Beauty's castle and Disney World is Cinderella's castle. Yes. I had to think for a second. And yeah, so Royal Hall, Fantasy Fair, the courtyard, you'll see a lot of the princesses there throughout the day. Also, there's Pixie Hollow, where you're going to see Tinkerbell and some of the fairies, and that's kind of fun to go do as well. We never go do that because I have boys and they don't care about princesses. So instead, we usually head over to like Tomorrowland and see all the Star Wars characters. They want to see Stormtroopers and they want to see Darth Vader and stuff. So that's our jam. Also over in California Adventure, if you go to Cars Land at the right times, you can catch Lightning McQueen and Mater and a bunch of the characters from Cars Land, and that's super fun to get pictures with them. Okay. I talked a little bit about the Disneyland app and how it can show you the wait times of the different rides and things. So there's a new thing called Max Pass. I'm not going to go into a huge ton of detail about Max Pass. Just know that it's worth the money. It's an extra $10 per person per day, which seems like a lot, I know. It is worth the money because you don't have to run back and forth to be picking up fast passes all day, every day. You can get your fast passes right onto your phone, and it's just the most amazing, convenient thing ever. And when you're dealing with little kids who can't stand still and don't like waiting in big, long lines, okay, Max Pass is going to be a lifesaver. Just trust me on that one. And go Google it. Go look up Max Pass. Guys, planning your Disneyland vacation is sort of like a part-time job. You have to be willing to do a little bit of research and figure things out before you go so that you can make your trip super magical when you're there and not be stressed out because there's a lot of things that you don't know when you get there. So do your homework beforehand. Okay. Know that when you have little kids, you are going to be spending a lot of time in Fantasyland, which is fine. I love Fantasyland. I love every single ride in Fantasyland. Know that you are going to spend a lot of time in some of the areas of the parks where kids can like kind of roam and run and get energy out. So Toontown is an awesome place to take your kids. It's super interactive. There's places for them to just climb and be crazy and run and jump and interact with things, and it's super fun. Tarzan's treehouse is fun to go climb through. Tom Sawyer Island is super fun for kids to kind of roam around and get some energy out. Over in California Adventure, there's the Redwood Creek Challenge course, kind of like an obstacle course that's fun for kids. And then A Bug's Land. We love A Bug's Land. There's a little like water feature that kids can run through and get wet if you're okay with that and have planned for that. And then all of the rides in Bugs Land never have super long waits, and they're all little kid friendly. And so my kids loved that. Okay, let's say your kids are tired. Let's say you have a baby who's just tired. You don't necessarily want to go back to the hotel, but you're hoping that your baby will just fall asleep. Here are my suggestions. Pirates of the Caribbean. The whole ride is dark. Yeah, there's a couple of tiny dips, but the ride is like 20 minutes long in the dark. Same thing with Small World. Yeah, there's music and stuff going on, but if your kid is super tired, your baby in your arms is super tired, you can just hold them on Pirates and Small World, and they can take a little 20-minute cat nap. Or hop on the Disney Railroad and take it around one or two loops. Super, super fun just to do that, and it gives you a nice little break from walking and standing in lines, and you get to see the whole park, and it's just super fun to do anyway, plus if you need a break to rest your feet or little kids take a nap. And then the monorail as well is super fun for a little break. Or the Ship Columbia or Mark Twain riverboat. Those are both super fun too, just to kind of chill when you need that moment of just chill. Do one of those. Also, there's a lot of really fun shows that you can take advantage of. So in California Adventure, you can go see Frozen show. Kids love that of all ages. There's Disney Junior Dance show that's super cute and fun. They sit on the floor, they get to interact. So that's fun. Turtle Talk with Crush is adorable. Like, even if I didn't have kids, I would go do Turtle Talk with Crush. So awesome. So make sure that you do that and don't miss that. A lot of people skip it thinking it's not going to be that big of a deal. Turtle Talk with Crush is like my favorite thing. So fun. And then Mickey and the Magical Map is a show in Disneyland that's right outside of Toontown. And it's really, really cute. It's maybe, 30-ish minutes long. And it's cute, and little kids like that. And that's a good break, too, to sit and eat a snack and take a break in the shade. And then Storytellers Theater. It's right by Fantasy Fair with the princesses, and all of the princesses and characters get to, come on stage and talk and tell their story. And it's super cute, too. And then my boys love Jedi training. If you have little boys who are Star Wars fans, I think they have to be 4. I want to say the age limit is 4 or older. But even my 5-year-old loves Jedi training. Make sure that you sign up for that early in the day, like right as you get to the parks, because those shows fill up fast. They get to go on stage with a robe, with a lightsaber, and fight Darth Vader, and it's so fun. And so my boys love that too. Okay. The amazing thing about Disneyland is the way that it's all mapped out. There are always small kid-friendly rides next to big rides with height requirements. So maybe you have small children who can't go on Splash Mountain. They're too short, or they're too small, or they are scared. They don't want to go on it. So guess what? Right across the way is Winnie the Pooh ride. So some adults take the littlest kids on Winnie the Pooh while the other group goes on Splash Mountain, gets a stroller pass or a rider swap, whatever it's called. Go Google that if you don't know what that is. And then you swap, and the other group goes. So Winnie the Pooh and Splash Mountain. In California Adventure, it's Radiator Springs Racers. And right next to that is Mater's Junkyard Jamboree or Luigi's Dancing Cars. So you can flip-flop those. In Tomorrowland, if your little kids can't go on Space Mountain or don't want to go on Space Mountain, there's Buzz Lightyear Astro Blasters right there. There's Autopia that's right there. So there's always a small kid-friendly ride next to a big ride. And so that's so awesome that you can just flip-flop back and forth with the rider swap and keep your kids doing rides, so it's not like they just have to sit there and wait, and you know what I mean. So yeah, I think that's all that I have. Did I miss anything? I've been talking forever. Almost 20 minutes. I gotta shut up. Okay, I am obsessed with Disneyland, you guys. Obsessed. I can talk about all things Disneyland for hours and hours and hours. So if you are planning a Disneyland trip and you have specific questions, need ideas, whatever, hit me up. I'm your girl. Find me on Facebook, Ashley Dixon, Ashley Goodrich Dixon. I also have a Facebook page that you're welcome to go and join. It's called Disneyland Tips and Tricks, and I'm the admin. So Yay! I hope if you've got a Disneyland trip coming up soon, it's going to be amazing, and your little kids are gonna just seeing the magic and the wonder from a little child perspective is just the most amazing thing ever. It's so amazing. So I hope that you guys have an awesome trip, and I will talk to you later. Until the next video.